one smart thing I did when I didn't have it is that I gave all.
Well, this is a project that took me 10 years to complete. I started about 20 years ago, completed it about 10 years ago. It is a project in County Line, northwest Nacogdoches County. It's an old African-American community that dates roughly from the Emancipation. And I started doing this in 1989, became really fascinated by the community and was treated very well by the family of Monell and Leota Upshaw. So what you see on the wall is the result of about 10 years of going out there and making photographs.
Well, it's unique in that it was founded by 3 freed slaves, Gus, Felix, and Jim Upshaw. And together they bought over 1,000 acres of land to start the Upshaw Community that continues even today. They could not even write their names, but they bought all the land with an X. The amazing thing about it is that they were able to get deeds that were good deeds that stand up even today, over 100 years ago. We cherished the land, and I bought 70 acres of the land myself in order to make sure that it didn't get into the wrong hands. I'm talking to my kids and talking to my grandkids and saying, we must keep the land intact. Don't sell it. Find some other way to get your money. This land is very precious and dear to all of us. My grandparents would turn over in their graves if they knew you sold the land that they worked so hard to get.
Monell and Leota Upshaw, I want to thank most of all because they really are the ones who made this possible by allowing me to come into their home anytime I wanted to, literally becoming a member of their family.
I was very curious to know what life would be like in an African-American community that was historically fairly autonomous, pretty much off the beaten track back in the late 19th century when there were so many difficulties for black people. They were enough off the beaten track that I thought they might have avoided a lot of that, which I think they did. And I was very curious to know the impact they would have on the generations who grew up there, somewhat out of the way of some of the racism that was going on. And it was curiosity more than anything that took me out there, and I was treated very well by this family and just became more and more of a part of it. At one point during a church service, several years after I'd been going out there, Leota Upshaw, the matriarch of the family, claimed me as her foster son. So I figured that was about as good as it gets.